Aquarius, welcome to Monarch Intuition, and today I'm going to be doing your December 2022 mid-monthly check-in reading for you. If you're new to my channel, what I like to do is I like to pull one major arcana to see the energy and then clarify with the different deck. As I said with all the other signs, I'm very sorry that these videos are coming out late. It's the Christmas season and things have just been very hectic. So what's going on for Aquarius? What do we need to know? We have death. Okay. An ending right here, but also a transformation, because with death there is something new. Okay, so when I see the death energy, it doesn't always have to be scary. It can just be the ending of a career, the ending of the holiday season, the ending of I guess it could be a representation of ending of life. However, I don't like to view it as that. I like to view it as an ending happens and something new can begin. So everything has a time period, everything has an expiration date, right? And I feel like you have to understand that as Aquarius. You have to see it from a higher perspective. Even stars pass away. Planets pass away. The universe itself will one day pass away. Like, that's the whole message of the death card. Nothing is truly permanent. So what do we need to know about this death energy? What's going on for you, Aquarius? So we have the Two of Swords, the Justice in reverse, and the Sun in reverse. I feel like what is going on right here is that you're refusing to see that there is an ending of happiness. There is an ending of a happy period. I think that what you're trying to do is you're trying to make things happy within your life, instead of just pulling off the blindfolds and saying, hey, it is what it is. Taking the L and walking away. With the Two of Swords, you're blindfolded to the truth. And I feel like it's because justice didn't go in your favor right here. There's a situation that you feel is unjust. And you feel like your son has faded away. You feel like the situation is just done. There's nothing you can do. But you're still trying to pretend that there is, that everything's okay, that everything's fine. Let's look at this Two of Swords energy. What do we need to know? You have the Five of Knives and the World. You're refusing to see that someone has gotten one over on the world. You're refusing to see that a situation is over. That someone is laughing and walking away and they got away with it. Justice, the Empress with the Queen of Swords, or the Queen of Scepters. It represents that this very feminine, alluring, mystique person has balanced out the scales. It's kind of like, you know, someone goes to trial, but because they're so beautiful, they glamorize everything and they get away with the situation. So someone gets away with it because of their beauty, because of their looks, because they're so attractive. What is the Sun energy? You have the Seven of Knives and the Three of Scepters. Yeah, someone definitely got away, and they got a long ways away. And you're watching this person. You're watching this person do their own thing and causing these problems, and you're like, that is not just. But at the same time, you're sitting there with your blindfold on saying, it'll catch up with them. It'll, you know, work itself out. But the dire situation is that it won't. The Three of Grails, the Ten of Knives, and the Five of Scepters. These three people have been defeated because of this fight, because of this conflict. So people around, in a way, around the world are losing a conflict. They're losing a fight. It's not balancing out the way that it should. Bad guys are getting away with things. The scales are out of balance. You're acting like it's fine. You're not seeing that, you know, it's not. the Prince of Scepters, the Stars, and the Lovers. You're trying to find hope amongst the stars. You're trying to connect with the stars. You're trying to connect with your higher consciousness right here, your higher thought, to find some sort of reason to love. You're trying to find something that's lovable right here. You're trying to find a reason to exist in this current scenario with the blindfold on. Instead of just walking towards the Five of Pentacles and growing something new with the Seven of Skulls. The conflict is that you're left outside, right? You're wandering around and you're like, I can grow something new. I can, figure it out. But you're walking away from enlightenment right here. You're walking away from the true enlightenment. You're not taking off your blindfolds. You're sitting there saying, it'll get better. It's fine. It's not over. This person will, be found out, whatever that is. But I think you need to just move on from this situation. I feel like you're fantasizing about how you're going to get one over on someone when I just don't think that's the case. You have the Chariot with the Magician. But you're seeing how something connects right here. There it is. You see the Ace of Knives. Okay, so this changes a lot of things right here. In a way, Aquarius, it's that you might know what's going on. You know. But you're looking at it and people around you might be thinking that you're stuck. Just like I was, right? But there's a method to the madness. You're trying to look at things from a much higher perspective. So I feel like people are worried about you not seeing what's going on in the world right here on this, very boring plane. But you're seeing something from a much higher perspective and how it all connects. And when you do, you find that that is your vantage point, and that gives you the advantage with the Ace of Knives. I kind of feel like people want you to give up right here. People want you to just face death. But you're saying, no, I'm not going to face death. I'm not going to see it because I know that there is a meaning. I know that I can overcome the situation. I know that I can not outwit this, but I know that there is a meaning. There is something that I can unlock right here. And that is the Ace of Knives. The Chariot with the Magician and the Ace of Knives. You're looking at this like Merkaba that's ascended into space, or these stars that are in space, right? And you're seeing how they all interconnect. And by finding the pattern, you get the Ace of Knives that you need to overcome this situation, overcome this, reverse sun, reverse judgment or justice. What's being given to you, you can't see it. It's being given to you. Something is being given to you, but you're not paying attention to it because you're acting like a page. You're like, well, what do I do with it? What do I do with this information? So maybe in a way you're looking for a sign and the sign is here, it's being given to you, and you're like, well, I don't understand that sign because it doesn't make sense to me. The Nine of Swords, because you're anxious with the Tower. You need, what you want is you want a clear proof of something. You want clear enlightenment, divine strike from the sky. I need to know what this is. But here's the thing, it's coming out very convoluted because it's from the Four of Cups, Cancerian energy, moonlight energy, so the communication is all muddled and mired. And you're like, well, thanks, that doesn't solve my problems. In fact, it gives me more problems. And it doesn't. It's actually exactly what you need. It is the Ace of Knives. There is a critical piece of information right here, but it's muddled and mired. But if you had the exact, lightning strike, you could figure it all out. You have the Nine of Knives. The Nine of Knives is here. It's saying that you have to think about it from every which way. Don't think about it as up and down. Think about it as up, down, left, right, backwards, and forwards. Think about it from all different directions. The Three of Knives coming in with the Lord of Grails. this king is giving you something, but it's like you're ungrateful for it because you're sad, because you don't understand it. This king is trying to give you this, but you're still sad about whatever this is because you still think that it's all muddled and mired. It's like the King of Cups is trying to hand you off or hand this daughter off this piece, this cup that could change whatever your situation is. And they're doing it because they know that you're upset about something. They know that you're thinking about it, all these different ways. But what's going to be the divine spark that's going to help Aquarius understand? Justice. Justice coming out upright now. There will be something that balances something out. There will be a balance. Something is hazy, it's crazy, it's muddled and mired, but if you look at it from a different angle, you will see how it balances something out within your life. You will see that death upright. Death is the balance to something. Death balances out the scales. So the King of Cups is a representation of death. This King of Cups is coming into your life because it helps balance out the scales. So it could be like your polar opposite coming into your life, which would be a Leo. Or it's like a complete opposite of what you think it is, okay? Like, Taurus represents life and wealth and happiness and luxury and eating and, pleasure. And Scorpio represents sadness and illness and disease and death, right? They're polar opposites as well. So you're understanding maybe the Taurus and the Scorpio perspective of things, how death balances out life. But it's muddled to you, or it's just, a piece of information. It's a piece of information about death. One more, it's from the moon. It's hazy. Once again, it's from the moon. It's just something that, you're going to have to think about. What could there be a clue for Aquarius? You have the Temperance coming out. There is a clue, though. It's inside of the cups. Now we're just going around in circles, aren't we? It's in the cup. So the cup that's hazy, it's inside of it. The information, the Queen of Knives. Okay, so we're going around in circles. The Queen of... It's inside of the cups. There's information in a cup for you. One more major? Temperance. Okay. All right, so the card's saying that it's in a cup. There's information in a cup for you. I'm drinking tea, if that's what you want to know. So, let's look at your spellcasting oracles, I guess, because we're just, it's hazy. Blessings and home. There are blessings inside of your home. Okay. Maybe it's a cup inside of your house. Home. It has to do with, your family, your future, your whatever. It's inside. There is a blessing for you. Something that will make you very happy. Let's look at your Halloween oracle cards. it could be that, you know, your partner in life, it could be a sexual partner, it could be, you know, the person you're supposed to marry. Something like that could be a Scorpio. Someone like that could have high Scorpio placements. Maybe you have heavy Scorpio placements. That's what you need to look at. Maybe you need to look at who's around you who has heavy Scorpio placements, because I feel like that person balances out the scales for you. That person is going to come into your life and it really truly just says, this is the match. Vampire emotional intelligence. The underworld, where all things pause and begin again. So it is about death. All right. So it is about death right here. So it has to do about possibly a Scorpio. The King of Cups. So it's in the cup. It's in the King of Cups cup. There is balance. There is information. There's also death, but that balances out the scales. The truth is in the cup. The truth is in the pudding. I think that's a saying. I don't know. The truth will set you free. So let's look at your, it's in the underworld. Friend flurry, mystery. Gosh, it's like, it's a mystery, but it has to do with like the people who are around you. Let's look at your, which is familiar oracle cards. There's a mystery. It has to do with your friends. It has to do with the people who are around you. There's something in a cup. There's something that has death in it. Okay, so like if you're at a bar, if you're at a Christmas party, watch your cups right there. Okay, I'm not saying that like someone's gonna, like, don't be paranoid about it, but like definitely, you know, watch your friends. And, oh, okay. Here's the thing. Be careful about yourself, all right? You have to know who you are as an individual, because if you downplay yourself, you can put yourself in really dangerous situations, okay? Don't do that. You have to sometimes come to the conclusion, and you have to just come to the conclusion sometimes. If you're like an actually beautiful person, you just have to come to that conclusion and say, hey, that's not, you know, anything bad. You don't have to gloat about it or anything like that, right? But you can just come to that conclusion for yourself and understand that people want to hurt you, all right? Like, look at how many people are getting disappeared these days. Look at the sex trafficking and all that. You need to be, like, very careful about what is in your cup, okay? Because what you drink could balance you out, if that makes sense. You have horse, transcendence, and butterfly, fragility. Could also be representation of like a toast on New Year's. Breaking a glass is actually good luck. That's actually really good. Why people toast, they drink and then they throw the glass behind them. Because here's the thing, say you're like, you know, in your kitchen and, you know, you're going really fast and you accidentally drop your glass off the counter and it breaks, it shatters. That's actually a really good omen. It means that something bad that was supposed to happen to you was put in that glass, and it was supposed to wake you up and say, hey, that was a really bad situation. It's kind of like, in a way, an angel alerting you. It's an old, you know, like wives' tale or something. If you break a glass, it's good luck. That's why when you toast, you throw the glass behind you. Maybe you're going to understand that it's like tossing death behind you. Transcendence and fragility. That could be, you know, breaking a fragile glass. Maybe understanding that if something breaks, there's a meaning behind that. Let's look at your rune cards. We have Thurisaz, thorn, protection, barriers, pride, self-deception. Spiritual meaning is destruction and rebirth, inner truth, and false ego. So that something is passing away and then something is beginning again. Destruction and rebirth. Letting go of a false ego. Not having pride in a new situation. Don't allow these barriers to be a deception to you. All right? This is kind of like a thorn in the side. There's inner truth here. The Six of Knives. Information coming towards you. Clandestine information of victory. Okay. You might get information that's like really good, right? But don't tell anyone. Keep it to yourself. Because someone is looking to destroy that. And says, open your mind, connect with the higher power, broaden your horizons, and invoke wisdom. So be very careful right here. Don't allow your pride to get in the way. Don't say, because I don't understand what's in this glass, just throw it aside, right? Don't say, well, I'm so smart, I understand everything. There is something that is there that is critical for you that you have to find out for yourself, and it's coming out within a glass. Okay? But it's muddled and it's murky, but it's being handed off by like a Scorpio or something. Death balances out the scales. When you understand it, that's your victory. Keep it to yourself. You have this emotional intelligence with this vampire, with this underworld where all things pause and begin again. It's kind of like the knowledge of vampires. The underworld where all things pause and begin again. The knowledge of the fool, maybe? The Six of Cups. It could be in the blood. Maybe when you find something out about your blood type, you keep it a secret. Maybe when you find something out about your blood, you keep that a secret. So the Lord of Knives is coming out. That's the information. That's your key. It's in your blood. Maybe you're just choosing not to have the acknowledgement. You want physical proof. But even if you got physical proof, you'd be like, I don't understand it. You want that lightning bolt to strike the towers to make you understand. But I kind of feel like no one can do that, because if it was that shocking to you, whatever this information is, it would just like blow your mind. But death balances out the scales. Death balances out life. All right? But it's being handed to you, and it's in a cup, and it's the solid information you need from your own self, because it's the Lord of Knives. So anyway, Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll talk to you later.